If I have -2 plus -3, what is that? Yeah, same sign sum, and the sign stays the same. So -5. If I have a -3 minus 3.
-6. Oh wait, yeah.
Good job. I usually, for my eyes to really see it, I put a comma. So that negative or that minus becomes a negative. So same sign sum, and the sign stays the same. And I've got -3 plus 2. What is that?
-1.
Yeah, they're not the same sign. You do not sum. You take the difference and you apply the sign of the bigger. Okay, good. We're good with that. So we are going to apply that. I don't know how many we're going to do. We're not doing anything. I don't want to see another fraction. Okay, we're crossing all of those off. We're crossing these off. I don't want to do fractions. We know our fractions, so we don't have to keep doing those. So I should have done the adding and subtracting. Okay, so let's go ahead and just look at a few of these. In fact, let me see. Okay. No, I am just, I don't want to see another fraction. All right, so you're not going to have so much to do on this. We're going to take off this one, mostly working with a brief review of the decimals. We haven't had any decimals at all, and some people weren't so good with those. So let's go through some of these together very quickly. What's the answer to this? Are these the same sign?
Yes.
Same sign sum, and the sign stays the same. Are these the same sign?
No.
No, so you don't sum, you take the difference, which is that 8, and there's more of what sign? More of what?
Negative.
More negatives. Then, oh, do I not have an answer back? Oh, yes, I do. Oh, right back here somewhere. I hope I wrote those right. And then on this one are these the same sign?
No.
Do not sum, take the difference. So is that going to be, a couple of them we could do here. Is that going to be 30? No. It is going to be 29. And there's more of the positive. This one is simple. What is this going to be? 5.2, positive or negative? Negative. Good job. So a couple of these are mental. So this one, they're not the same sign. We do not sum. What is this going to be? 1.6. Okay. Then this one is same sign sum. So that's easy. 8 and 3 is 11. Carry this one. So it's going to be 10 and 5 is 15. These are easy. All right, so this one, they're not the same sign. What are you going to do? You're going to subtract. So is it going to be, is it 6? Is it 6.8? And there's more positives. On this one, it's going to be 14. Is it 15? I think so, right?
15, yes.
15. Same sign. What do you do with these?
Add.
Sum them.
Yes.
So that's going to carry over 1. It's going to be 11, carry it over. So it's 21 and 14, which is 35.1. And they're there somewhere. Maybe I don't have them all on there. I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, 35.1. Okay, you can look for those later. The ones we do together, just don't worry about it. So this one, same sign sum. Is that right? So that's going to be, who knows what the answer to this is?
Is it, wait, 19.8?
Yeah, 8 and 8. 9 and 9 is 18 plus 1 more is 19.8. What sign? Negative. This one should be easy. They're not the same sign. You do not sum. What is that going to be? 15.5. Good job. Okay, so did I give you paper? All right. You might need some paper on something like this. So on this one, They're not the same sign. You do not sum. Which number goes on top? The 3.19. So just a reminder, I know this is basic, we're going to move on, is 319, 81, and subtract. So that's going to be. And are there more negatives or positives? More negatives. And so it's going to be negative 2.38. Okay. This one, I'm trying to find one that I want to show you something. Okay, I can't do this one in my head. So this is, again, 90.09 minus, line up your decimals, 9.91. And this is out of the Foundations of Algebra book. I guess it's just a refresher. Okay, now here's one. We haven't done this. I want you to watch this carefully, because here's how some of you subtract. It drives me crazy. Please don't do this. You have to borrow, and you go, okay, cross this off, make it an 8, cross this off, make it a 10, cross that off, make it a 9, cross that off. Okay, and I can take that 1 and put it here, and it's a mess. So here's just a little thing to make your math a little bit nicer and looking like a high school person, is that one I can subtract. Now, can I take 0 minus 9? This is such a little thing, but watch what happens. I'm going to pre-borrow. I'm not getting it from 0. I'm not getting it from 9. I'm getting it from that whole number. I'm getting it from 90. If I take 1 from 90, what does that become? 89. So I'm going to point some of these out as we come to them. So that is going to be 1, 0, 8. So, and that is more positives. Okay. This is easy. This is you could do this in your head. Same sign sum. And there's more negatives. Is that 31.77? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Now, okay, let's go down to these two. Now, let's go down to the 24 and 25. Who knows which ones you should do first? I would actually do the same sign sum, because summing is easy. In other words, I would add these two. So what's negative 17 and negative 8.8? Is that negative 25.8?
Yes.
Okay, so then I have negative 25.8 and then plus 5.2. So are those the same sign? No. So I would not sum. I'm going to take the difference. So now it's easier. Rather than do this one and then do this one, find the one where there's more of the same sign and then sum those up. So what does this come to? Is this negative 20.6? Then same thing on here. What would you add first? The same signs. So 55 and 35 is that 90? So I've got 90 and then minus that 4.7. So here's another one. I'm just going to, I know you can do this in your head, but I just want to show you how to cross over zeros again. Again, if I'm doing this on the paper, I'm going to pre-borrow, and I'm getting it not from 0, not from 9. I'm getting it from 90, which becomes 89. And then you can go at it. Okay, 85.3. And there's more positives. Okay. I don't think I even did this one. This one I think we could do in our head, because it's on that row. Who thinks they know what this one's going to be? And I would do it in the fraction form, in your head. Nobody knows? Okay. It would be what? Well, it wouldn't be 13 because you're taking an extra piece out. It's almost 8. I think it's going to be 12. Does anybody know the fraction? Okay, so I've got 20. I'm going to say minus 7 and 9/16. So it's almost 13. No, it's almost 8. So I know this is going to be 12. How much? I'm not saying this right. I'm taking one extra whole, that 13th number. We thought it was going to be 13, but I'm taking a 1 minus 9/16. Nobody knows what's left? We don't want to stay on fractions anymore. Somebody just said 7. Oh. No. Yes. That's exactly what I took. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. But if you don't know it that way, then this minus that. So in other words, we had to borrow. I had nothing here, so I had to take one from here, which becomes 19, and I add these two up. Open and add. And so it's going to be, what is it going to be? 12 and 7/16. I'm surprised nobody could get that in their head. Alrighty, but that's for that. That's the only fraction one we're going to do. Okay. Oh, well, this is another one. We could do that one. Can you do this one in your head? It's similar. Yes, got it. Awesome. Negative, because it's not, this is almost 5. So 15 minus 5 is 11. And there's going to be 3/8 left. Alrighty. And then we're going to do this one. What's that? Okay, but we're taking the difference. Okay. Do you see it? 16 minus 4 and 5/8. I have 0/8 right now. I have to open and add these two. So we're going to end up with 3/8. Okay. And there's more negatives. Okay, but then on this one, okay, so you will have some like this. We're not going to do very many of them. I could either make this a decimal, or I could make this a fraction. What would you prefer? Do we know what 1/8 is? 0.125. So 3/8 is 3 times 0.125, which would be what? 0.375. We could do it that way. And I can't do that in my head. Because if I put it into fractions, I have to get the common denominator. There's always something. So this is same. Oh, this isn't bad. This is same sign sum. Same sign sum. So can't we do that one in our head? What is that one going to be? 5 point what? That's it. And if you had to do it on the paper, 3. Oh, I really messed that up. Yeah, 5.775. And there's more negatives, so it's a negative 5.775. Okay. All righty. Done. Done with that side. Okay. And again, what would you do first on number 34? Oh, those are all negatives. Oh, yeah. So we can just add them all. So line up your decimal, if you can't do it in your head. 1.1, 5.7, and the 4, we put a decimal at the end, like a period in a sentence. And that's easy. That's going to be what? And positive or negative? It's going to be negative On 35, what would you have to do? What would you add first? Yeah, the same sign ones. So the same sign that comes to okay, so negative 6.4 plus 7.1. So now they're no longer the same sign. So what do you have to do? Does anybody know what that is in their head? I think you're right. Yes. So it is 0.7. And there's more of the positives. Okay. So the only three that I want you to try to do is this one, and this one. Remember, a withdrawal is negative. He withdrew these two. Those are pretty easy. Okay. Then this is your job. This is all, because it's a short day. So how you do this, in fact, I think I could do that in my head, but I really want you to try this technique that I'm going to show you. It's very important with decimals, especially if you have larger numbers. So if I'm doing this one, are these the same sign? No. So I'm going to take the difference. Which one's going to go on top?
4.
The 4, because that's a bigger whole number, minus, it gets a decimal, 0.008. So just so you see, this is kind of a practice on subtracting over 0. So I'm going to put my 0, 0, 0. Can I take 0 minus 8?
No.
No. So I'm going to pre-borrow, and we're going to learn clean subtraction. I'm not getting it from 0. I'm not getting it from 0. I'm not getting it from 4. I'm getting it from 400, which becomes what? 399. Isn't that better than putting a 10 and then a 9? I think so. So 2993. And there's more of the positives. So you probably will need some paper on these. So again, same sign, sum. Like this one I could do in my head. There's a couple that you might be able to. But let's go ahead and see how you do this puzzle. So I'm going to look for a 3-9 together somewhere. 3-9, 3-9, 3-9. Where is it? 3-9. I don't see it. Because you want to make sure you have the right answer. Is it on the first, second, third, or fourth row? The third row? Oh, right here. Okay. 3992. What does it say? Do each exercise, find your answer in the rectangle. The correct answers run from left to right. Shade in the boxes containing the correct. When you're done finished, there will be 27 boxes not shaded in. Oh, that's too much work. And then they say all the ones that are not shaded you could put down here. That is way too much. You don't need to do the puzzle, but I would still look for your answer and draw a line through it. Can you handle that? Just find your answer and draw a line through it. I can't deal with the rest of that. Okay, and then the only other one we're going to talk about is maybe this one right here, the number 4. What would you have to do on this problem first? What happens with a double negative? They become a positive. It's going to be negative 0.01 plus 1.1. So again, they're not the same sign. You're not going to sum. You're going to take the difference. And then this one's easy. On this, 10 minus 1 is just 9. And so that would be a 0. Okay. And are there more negatives or positives? There's more positives. So it's going to be a positive 109. Then 109. Let me just find my answer to make sure I did it right. Oh, right here. So it's 109. And just draw a line through your answer. Can you guys handle that? That is it, people. So finish this and those 3 problems, and we're done for the day. And any other work I'll probably collect tomorrow.